What's up, guys? Hey, I'm back on a Wednesday and I'm stoked. I keep doing these videos. I'm doing more than normal. Hey, it's the first week. I'm excited. So, Hayden Deegan, I've got an injury update. Yeah, I know. It's not good, but hang on till the end for that. Sophia Phelps is doing her first Sophia Says segment where she's going to tell me what she thinks of the Fox onesie. I want to update on a few of the guys that got injured very seriously. It's rough, man. This is a brutal sport. And then I'm going to talk about how Feld kind of messes with me. But guess what? They don't know who they're messing with.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So we all know dirt bike racing is dangerous. It's absolutely a dangerous sport. We risk our lives every single time you get on a bike and go ride. And when you do it on the highest level, like at A1, I don't think people, we get kind of numb to how dangerous what they're doing is until you see some of the injury lists when they come out. Unfortunately, we all saw that gruesome photo of Logan Carnell's leg twisted backwards, and I'm so gutted for him. Logan is one of the good guys in this sport. He's done an amazing job marketing himself, getting him out there and figuring out a way to make it as a privateer in this sport. And this is a big setback for him, but Logan will be back. He's a badass and he'll recover, but man, that was gruesome. Then we had Lux Turner down in the main event. Lux Turner was the guy that, where they were throwing the Red Cross flag where Max Vohland lost essentially a podium. But man, I commend Max for being extra careful because we didn't know how bad Lux is hurt, and turns out pretty bad. Broken hip, socket, his list of injuries is gnarly. So essentially, rookie Lux Turner, yeah, season's over, and it's over before it even begun. But that's this sport. And, like I said, they make it look so routine when you see Jet and all these guys out there. It's not routine. And then the other really serious injury was Dylan Walsh. I actually saw this one happen. He endoed in the rhythm section. Didn't look too bad. It didn't look good, but I didn't see him get up. He got up, kind of walked off, sat with the asterisk medical rig. He went off, and I thought he was going to be okay. I thought, okay, maybe a broken collarbone, maybe some ribs, maybe we see him in the night show. Turns out it was way worse than that. He actually had some internal injuries to his intestine, and then it was leaking toxins into his body. They had to perform an emergency surgery and essentially save his life. So that's two guys in 2 years who've had to have emergency surgery leaving Supercross to stay alive. This sport, I don't think people understand how dangerous. And this is why I fight so hard for these guys. Yes, I know they choose to do it. Yes, they're not forced to do it. But there's a lot of people making a lot of money off this series. And the same people who are harassing me. And I'll get into that in a second. But they need to treat this like, I'm not saying that they don't deserve money. Treat this like a regular professional sport and give a significant amount to your product. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. These guys are out there risking their lives, getting life-changing injuries, and they're actually paying you to go do it. So there's something wrong there. But like Phil Nicoletti says, you got to pay the toll to rock and roll. We all know that. We all do it. So get well soon, guys. I'm pulling for you all. That's brutal, but we don't forget you when you get hurt. So Lux, Dylan, and I know Logan, I reached out to you already. If any of you guys, sometimes the sport forgets about you when you're gone. If you want to do an interview or get out there so people don't forget you, please reach out to me. My platform is open to you guys anytime. Speaking of injuries, one of the best ways to avoid injury is to actually have yourself properly, the proper nutrition. Go to the Coach Rob store. He's got stuff for immune system, concussions in particular, because let's be honest, there's a lot of concussions at Supercross, most of them unreported. But if you take these supplements, you have a better chance of recovering faster and just doing better. So go to the Coach Rob store and get yourself some concussion supplements. If you guys stopped by AGE, you saw the floor that Epic Garage Designs does. It's called Epic Tracks. Also, Club MX has them at their shop. They're very easy to install. We can ship them anywhere. If you're in the Las Vegas area, we can install them. So hit us up. We will dial you in with a floor, a rack, whatever you need. So hit up epicgaragedesigns.com. All right, guys, and this is a segment that I've been waiting for a long time. I've thought about bringing in somebody with a different point of view. Sophia Phelps, two-time national champion, women's racer. This girl can beat 99.9% of you guys out there. She is good. She can flat out haul the mail. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, you want to do some stuff and just kind of promote yourself, promote your brands. So she's brought to us by Rocky Mountain ATV. That is her headline sponsor. So Rocky Mountain ATV is presenting Sophia Says, and she's going to tell, she has a different opinion on the Fox suit, but I'm going to let Sophia tell you.
Hi guys, I'm Sophie, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Fox speed suit that Christian Craig sported at A1. Now, in my time in motocross and supercross, which has been the majority of my life, I have never seen a piece of clothing cause so much upheaval within the community. So I am excited to talk to you about a couple of things that I thought were pretty cool about it. So, first thing is that, and this is pretty obvious, but your pants and your jersey are gonna have no movement, right? Most gear brands now have silicone or rubber or something on the jersey or the pants so you don't get that movement, but I don't like any at all, and that would completely eliminate that concern. So that's one thing that I thought was cool. Second thing that I think I would enjoy is that as a woman in a male-dominated sport, most of the gear I'm wearing is made for men, which is fine, and for the most part that's not a problem. But keep in mind, I also have larger hips than the male riders. So when I'm wearing these pants, occasionally, now it's just like maybe one set of pants a year or something, I'll get a set of pants where the buckles kind of sit right on my hip bones. So the way that it tightens is just right on like an uncomfortable spot. And it feels like I have like the buckle and it's like pressing against my bone and there's a seam there, and usually it's not bad. Sometimes it gets irritating. That's one thing that could be completely eliminated for me and for other female riders, because we would have no needs to cinch our pants tight because they're gonna stay up. So we wouldn't get that friction and like the irritation just sitting on our hip buttons. So that's another thing that I thought was cool. Now, most of the men wouldn't care about that, but that's one thing that I was like, wow, I think that could be something that would be really nice for me. Last thing that I wanted to mention is that in the comment sections of all these posts about it, I'm seeing so many people saying this would look so bad on vet riders with beer bellies, or this would look so bad on me, or I could never wear this, or we should not see riders wearing this would look bad. And here's what I have to say about that. First off, this speed suit was made for Christian Craig, so of course it's going to fit Craig well, okay? Secondly, women always say you dress for your body type, right? If you're more curvy or less curvy, you dress based off of what's going to look good and most flattering on you, right? Different styles of clothing and fits and whatever are going to look better on some women than others. You just got to change it up based off of what body style you have, okay? The same thing applies to men. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about this, but if you look at this speed suit, hypothetically, if Fox released it to the public, which they haven't, if you look at it and you say, this would look not very good on me, you don't buy it. And that's all there is to it. It's really quite simple. So I don't know why people are so worried about this looking good or bad on people. You just buy what's going to look better on you.
She made some good points. I have to agree with her. If you don't like it, don't buy it. And yes, just because it won't work for my body type doesn't mean I should crap on it. And I hate to say it, she makes a really good point. And like I said, guys, if you can make a good point, you can change my opinion. I still don't like it. It's not my style. I wouldn't wear it. And I don't know why it bothers me when other people wear it, but I need to get over that. That's my own issue. So yeah, Fox, great job in innovation, and yeah, roll with it. Not my style, but hey, to each their own. Speaking of style, check out ridestrap.com. Get yourself some goggles, get yourself some t-shirts, and guess what, guys? For all the privateers who are strapped for cash, we're going to be giving stuff away. Anaheim too. Chris we're going back out there, and we're going back out to the back of the pits, you know, where the vans and trucks are, and you guys that are struggling, the guys that, you know, not a lot of people are interviewing, we're coming to see you, and we're bearing gifts. We're going to help you out. We got a little wheel, you'll spin it and you'll win a prize. So check out ridestrap.com. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. If you're tired of trucking companies, they're not reliable, they're rude, they're expensive, go to Precision Transport. I feel like we owe it to Precision Transport because they do support motocross. They're working on some big stuff, and I cannot wait to announce it. And you're going to be like, dang, this is great for the sport. So hit up Precision Transport. If you use anything where you ship it via truck, use them. They're awesome. Now I want to talk about how Feld is messing with me. It's very similar. This is the Kenneth Feld playbook. For those of you who don't know, Kenneth Feld hired an ex-CIA agent to harass a journalist who outed his dad for having affairs with other men, back in like the 50s when it was really not acceptable. And it was probably pretty embarrassing. So this guy hires a former CIA agent to stalk this girl for 10 years. This journalist thought she had really bad luck. Flat tires, weird things happened to her. And turns out at one point they allegedly hired a bodybuilder to try and sleep with her to wreck her marriage. That's the kind of crazy that Kenneth Feld is, it's all over the internet. Google it yourself. I'll put up some pictures of some of the stories. It's well known, but they're following that same playbook with me. First, they come over, skip by everybody else, and walk and check me for tickets. Yeah, that happened. And in addition, that tyrant media manager, Sean Brennan, not only harasses me, he harassed a poor family. Their kids spilled popcorn on the stairs, and this guy comes in like the 5-foot tyrant that he is, yelling at them, causing them problems, literally ruined their night. And that's horrible, man. You can mess with me, but don't mess with a family. They just paid a lot of money to come to this event. And yes, it's not okay to spill popcorn, but it's a kid. Cut them some break. That's the future of the sport. And you're out there being a dick. The guy is he's just a horrible excuse for a human being. I cannot believe, well, I guess I can believe it, because if you look at the way Feld is run from the top, but I have a lot of respect for Dave Prater, Mike Mewing, those guys. So it's got to be a weird demographic. I would like to be inside one of their meetings and see how it goes down, but this Brennan guy's got to go. He is ridiculous. Not only is he messing with me and doing the things that they did, and they took down I was videoing opening ceremonies live. Yes, I know that could be copyrighted, but it's not on television. And plus, when you see opening ceremonies on my YouTube live, it's not a replacement. There's nothing like being at this event. They do such a good job with opening ceremonies. You have to be there to feel the heat coming off the flames and just feel the excitement. You'll never get that from my YouTube live, but hopefully it would promote to where more people want to go to Supercross. So they're kind of spiting themselves by not letting me post that, but they let other people. But like I said, I'm the guy that's being singled out these days. No problem. I can deal with it. I asked for it. Now to the unfortunate news. Hayden Deegan, I was hoping it was just fake rumors and it wasn't true. He's actually hurt. I don't know how severe it is. They're being very tight-lipped about it. It's definitely a wrist injury. I've heard a few different things. I've heard it's severe. I've heard he'll be racing. I've heard it's a sprain. Honestly, I don't think I'll actually know the truth. Clearly, I don't have an in with the Deegan family. They don't talk to me. They even block me on Instagram. But I am cheering for this kid to be healthy. He is amazing for the sport. I'm a fan. Like I said, I got on that bus after I, made some mistakes in saying that he wasn't going to be that good. I was clearly wrong. I've gone over that 100 times. But I will be very, very disappointed if he's not ready to go, in Detroit, or if he can at least salvage it in Detroit, because they go like Detroit and then they get a couple more weeks off for the East. I really want this kid out there and I want him healthy. He's the next generation. I can't wait to see him and Julian Bomer. The sport is in good hands coming up, so they're the kind of generation behind Jet. We'll see how long Jet can maintain this dominance, and it's going to be a fun time. But yeah, unfortunately, Deegan is actually hurt. So remember, guys, if you need a real estate agent, no matter where you are, I can set you up with an agent in your area who knows your area inside and out. And it helps me, it helps them, and I'm going to make sure that if you're selling a house, that I use this platform to make sure your house gets sold and you get the price you want. And we're going to follow through and make sure this is good. So anyway, guys, thank you to all those who've already used me for real estate. I really appreciate it. It's cranking. And yeah, subscribe and I'll catch you later.